Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reacting to a video called Grocery Shopping in Poland May 2025, shopping for $75 with prices. I don't know what is it about grocery shopping videos. I love seeing them. I don't know if it's because even, I love seeing what other people are getting and what's available in other places, because sometimes even between the same city, just different chains have different things. So it's very interesting to me to know, what other people get. And also, this is a tight budget to me, $75. I don't think that gets you a lot in the US. So we'll see how much it gets you in Poland. Let's check it out and comment, like and subscribe. Oh, okay. I hate when phones do that and you have to shake them. In order for something to appear, I think you can deactivate that. I don't like it. Pork ribs. Oh, okay. Well, I think those are cheap, right? Is that olive oil?
Hello everybody! Today I would like to show you the prices of products in Poland in the supermarkets named Biedronka. And also in the end of the video I would like to show you the goods what I have bought for my family for 1 week. The cost was about $75.
That to me is extremely cheap. I don't know how big the family is, but if it's a weekly thing and it's $75, that's quite a lot. I mean, it gets you really far.
Thank you very much for watching and subscribing.
Oh, $2. For 1 second I thought it was $12. I was like, what? Why is water so expensive? Do they do a lot of deals over there? I'm not seeing deals, but maybe... Oh, I've seen that before. Isn't this I can't remember what... Is that Polish? I'm pretty sure I've seen things from that brand. And maybe that's just me. I hate when tomatoes are in a tray in plastic. It's, oh my god, get them alone. I just don't like them when they're in plastic. Oh, okay, they do have, okay, that was my they do a lot of discounts. The stores are quite cheap. But these are discounts or just, because I think in the US they do a lot of, hey, if you get 5 of these, then it's, I don't know, if the sale is, this is for sale and you have like 20 cents off if you get like 5 of them. Is it that type of thing, or is more as if, no, this is on sale, on discount, that's it. Because one is actively, you have to get more. If you want to take advantage of the discount, you kind of have to buy more. I don't think this is not the case. This is on discount and that's it. Oh, Children's Day? Oh, of course, that old chocolate, the Milka chocolate, that was very big. That's, I think, the more popular chocolate in Europe, I think. It's very milky. It tastes very sort of milky. I don't know how to explain it. I'm very curious about the Raffaello brand, because I know I've seen that before. Are those... There's several types of fries there. Do Polish people get a lot of... Well, do they eat a lot of pasta? Don't they sell, because it's the milk carton, but don't they sell them by jug in the refrigerated? I want to know. Sometimes you get it by the gallon, but it has to be refrigerated. Trout, $15. Well, I don't know, fish tends to be a little bit more expensive, although I think salmon is probably more expensive. I have no idea if that's cheap. I'm seeing some salmon there. Dog legs? Oh my god, I don't think I've seen that before. Is that famous there? What culture does... Oh, I think it's Chinese. I think Chinese people do a lot of duck, right? But not duck legs specifically. I don't know. It's sort of... Maybe it's is it similar to a chicken drumstick? To a drumstick, but no, this is duck. Sausages. I'm going to assume they have a lot of them right over there. Because I think Poland is famous for their sausages. So I guess you're gonna have a lot of variety there. Yeah, I can see that. Oh my god, all of this is sausages. How can Teresa only get one? Well, she's Polish, so she's like, I've been eating this my whole life. It's fine. Oh, I'm seeing one of those 3 for 2 discounts that I was talking about earlier. But I don't think they're that popular over there. Premium ketchup. This looks fancy. Not Heinz. It's, you know, the fancier type of ketchup? I don't know. What is the discount? Is that coffee? Of course, Coke, it's everywhere. Slicing, oh, ham. Cold cuts. More sausages. I love the cliche of, oh my god, I'm expecting a lot of sausages because it's Poland. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, cheese. Okay. Oh my god, how much were the eggs? I'm gonna go back. I don't know how much the eggs. Because I think eggs go through periods when it's just extremely... Oh my god, it's 320. I think eggs sometimes they just go through the roof and it's kind of an insane thing. It's, oh my god, how come eggs are so expensive? I think sugar is cheap, I think, everywhere. Flour, yeah. But probably they use a lot of flour, I think. Ooh, the bread. Oh my god, they have so much variety. Is that rye bread? Oh my god, I want to get it so badly. Oh no, she skipped the bread. I want to see the bread. Oh no. How can she resist the bread? What is this? Oh, toys? Oh, this is sort of, okay, I get this is that type of supermarket. Oh, are those toys? What? Wait, is this for pets? Is this the pet section? I'm so confused and I don't understand a word of this. Sushi Shodaki? What? I have no idea if these are toys. No, yeah, I think they are toys. Not pets, toys. Okay, you love it. You do your whole self-checkout thingy. Love that. Oh my god, okay, wait. Oh yeah, they did skip the bread. They have the bread. Love that. Oh my god, they bought a lot of things actually. They did, yeah, they did a whole grocery. Yeah, we're buying a lot of things. Okay, I just want to say, you know, a lot of, you know, I think usually inflation and, you know, everyone's complaining about the cost of living these days. I think it doesn't matter where in the world you are. It's just going to be a constant of, oh my god, the prices are so high compared to a couple of years ago. But $75 for, I mean, she mentioned it was for a week. I think it's more common, I think, in Europe to make, you know, you do your weekly shopping, maybe, you know, because you go out several times a week, and even, you know, you do your weekly shopping as in, you know, milk, eggs, butter, you know, some of those things, and probably some vegetables, probably meat as well, cheese and stuff. But maybe throughout the week, I think it's normal to sort of begin, because sometimes it's not enough, or you think you have enough, and then, you know, middle of the week, oh, you know, you forgot, I don't have this and I want to make whatever dish I have, or, you know, you're missing some tomatoes, you're missing some onions, so you're gonna have to go and do your middle of the week grocery run, and then, you know, you buy some things. Usually vegetables, I think, because they're the more, you know, or maybe some fruits, although, you know, fruits kind of, you know, yeah, vegetables I think last a little bit longer than fruits. I think fruits are just something that they tend to spoil a little bit quicker than other things, although I think it also depends on how or organic or how natural. I have no idea if this is the case, but I think that's my theory. I think sometimes when things are a little bit less organic, to put it that way, they last longer. You know, I don't know why, but I think that's the case. But when things are a little bit more natural, I think they tend to spoil a little bit quicker. But again, I don't have no idea if this is a basis on science or it's just, you know, I'm crazy. I have no idea. But to me, I think that's been my perspective. So again, sometimes you kind of go to in the middle of the week to sort of buy a few things. And obviously it's not going to be your big spend. It's just going to be a few things and maybe you're missing. So then it is not always, sometimes. But again, for $75, that's, I think, think to me, again, I don't really think she mentioned how, if it's a family of 3, it's a family of 4 or 5 people. I have no idea. But if there's kids, if there's, adults, because adults, yeah, obviously I think kids tend to eat less, right? I would assume they're smaller, so they probably eat less. But again, $75, I think it's just my whole point is that it's just quite cheap to me. That's what, around less than 400 per month, which is around 300 and whatever. I think that's quite good. I think, oh my God, Poland, maybe it's just really cheap, or maybe it's just this specific town. Or maybe it could also be, this is, again, this supermarket, it's Biedronka. I think that's, I'm probably mispronouncing this, but I know it's Biedronka. It has a B, that's the logo. I think that's maybe the more popular one that I've seen in Poland, but I don't know if it's just more popular because there's one, in every corner, and they have really good prices. Or maybe it's a thing, no, it's maybe they don't have good prices or the best prices in the market, but maybe they just, there's a lot of them. So because you obviously you want to make your life easier, it's just the one that's near to me, and that's where I buy. But or maybe it's just the cheap option. I have no idea. Maybe you have to drive a little bit longer. But then, it's not around every corner. But because the prices are so good, maybe I don't care about, driving a little bit more. Again, I do not know. So I don't really know how to compare this Biedronka prices to other grocery stores and supermarkets in Poland. But I think I would assume this is, let's say, average. Again, it's maybe compare to a Walmart. I think it looked medium, sort of average supermarket. So maybe a Walmart, maybe a Target. A little Target kind of be, maybe or a little that that now in the US, and I think Canada also has them. Maybe or Aldi. I think. Again, no idea, but my point is, this is not as if you're going to Whole Foods, which I think is really expensive. That would be the comparison in the US. It's a really expensive store, Whole Foods. It's great. Everything's really good, great quality. You can get things that maybe you don't get at every other, in every single place, but it's really, you get what you're paying, which is a little bit more. My point is that this doesn't seem to be one of those fancier stores. It's just probably more around, again, maybe a Walmart or maybe not a Costco, but because I think it's just crazy to me if you compare this to something in the US. In the US, you tend to, again, you have all these discounts on all these you have coupons as well, but there's obviously a lot of sales, a lot of discounts, a lot of get 5 and pay 4. Well, maybe that's a really weird one, but maybe 3 for the price of 2. But sometimes it's just, if you start buying, if you buy in bulk, it's gonna be cheaper. So if you buy 3 gallons of milk, then you're gonna get, I don't know, 30% off. I'm just whatever, I'm saying whatever. But my point is that I think the whole, they're incentivizing for you to, there's, you have a good deal, and maybe you're thinking about it, and it's, maybe I don't maybe need, this much milk or this more, or this amount of flour, or they do a lot of this with drinks, as in, maybe not Coke, but just teas and, I don't know, sodas in general, the ones that come in cans, the probiotics sodas and stuff like that, the fancier or the more popular types of soda that we have these days, or, protein bars. They do a lot of that, you have to buy the whole box, and it's cheaper, but it's at the same time, it's everything, so you end up buying everything in bulk, which, again, do you need that? Well, I mean, maybe, obviously, again, if you have a big family, probably, but if you are a small family, probably you don't need to do that, but I think it's really tempting, because, again, when you do the math, is, well, whatever, this is not going to get spoiled, right? It's fine, I have the space, I can keep this, and whatever. But my point is that it looks, when you do those hauls, it's just sort of, you buy in bulk and everything's so big, and you get your stuff, and it's just a lot of things. And here, when they show the haul at the end, it's, oh my God, everything looks so normal in a way, and normal as in, you don't have crazy amount of stuff, because again, you don't need this, you do this every week, so why would I get 4 gallons of milk, or would I get 12 cans or 24 cans of Coke? No, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna get the next week, I'm gonna get there, so who cares? But I know, I understand why in the US, obviously the whole And again, some people do buy weekly in the US, but it just depends on how the store, how far the nearest, or how near, obviously, the nearest store is to you. And I get the logic why a lot of people do this is because, I don't have to go out every single, day or middle of the week. If I have to drive an hour, I'm going to buy in bulk. But it's just how crazy, how it's kind of small and quaint everything looks compared to this huge things that, oh no, I'm buying gallons of stuff and I'm buying, boxes of stuff. No, this is just quite normal looking, but I'm just surprised by how cheap everything is as well. I think the only thing that I'm missing, because there was actual food, as in it looked at least to me, it looked enough, as in, yeah, we're doing actual cooking here in this house. We have meat, you have tomatoes, you have rice, you have pasta sauce, you have bread, you have meat, cheese, a lot of things, eggs. So it's just bread. It's just a lot of butter. You have things of actually doing the cooking, because I think also this compares on your grocery sort of needs and how much and what exactly you buy is going to be different depending on the amount of cooking that you do and how you cook. For instance, some people, I think, maybe are feeling, to me at least, when it comes to vegetables, I think I'm missing some onions. I think I'm missing onions. I'm probably missing some garlic as well. Tomatoes, to me, are basic staple, but maybe for some other people are not going to be that. It's just, I can do without tomatoes. And again, maybe I'm missing some greenery as well, some lettuce, some arugula. I don't know. I'm missing some spinach, something green. Maybe it's because you already have it, right? But my point is that obviously your whole grocery needs are going to vary. They're going to be a little bit different, because obviously everyone cooks in a different and in a very particular way. But this looks to me as in, some people obviously do eat more, outside. They don't really do a lot of meals at home. This looks to me, so obviously it's gonna be, well, I'm gonna be spending maybe a little bit less when it comes to my grocery, but my grocery needs. But then I'm going to spend that money in a restaurant or something, or for takeout. But this looks to me as quite a good budget, because it looks to me as, no, you're doing actual cooking. So I think, unless obviously they're getting takeout a few times a week, but I don't think this is, you have enough food at home, which I think, again, surprised by the prices, because I don't think in the US, there's very few places in the US in which you can buy this amount of things for $75. Wow, not so many places these days. But yeah, incredible. But that was it for today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.